Hello, everyone. Tom Jeffries here from Northern Neck Patriots. Today, you've heard from the third pardoned January 6th prisoner to stand before you and confront his jailers, to publicly state his personal experience and how awful Northern Neck is for prisoners incarcerated here. We've got a pool of at least 60 more J6ers that were pardoned by the president to draw from at future board meetings. And I can stand up here all day. You know I can. I don't believe conditions have changed one bit in this jail from the time of Ted Hall. You're still doing things and treating people like dirt behind these walls. To be fair, one change I did notice around the county is you've got new signs up to hire corrections officers because you have such a high turnover rate. Northern Neck Regional Jail has the lowest per diem expenditure per inmate per day in the entire Commonwealth at $75 per day. That is 1/2 of the statewide average of $150 a day. Any semi-intelligent person understands that if you are paying half of what everybody else does, you must be leaving out some critical components, sort of like making meatloaf without the meat. These pardoned J6ers like Barry, Robert, and Chris, and many others were generally law-abiding individuals, many with military and even law enforcement backgrounds. Many of these men and women had their lives ruined by their wrongful prosecution and incarceration. That's why they were pardoned. You may have heard the story of Martin Grimm, the longest serving, wrongfully convicted, and incarcerated citizen in Virginia history. Did you know that his $5.8 million settlement, let me repeat, $5.8 million settlement, the state is requiring the local jurisdiction who participated in this travesty of justice to pay half the bill. That's a big chunk. Remember when I spoke in May about the disparity and benefit of the jail to the various counties? Gloucester and Westmoreland account for 150 prisoners per month, while Northumberland and Richmond a paltry 35 or 40. Doesn't seem fair or equitable amongst the counties. But I will tell you that when the class action lawsuit settlements work their way down to the Northern Neck Regional Jail level, which I believe they will, I would expect that all the participating counties will be paying an equal share. Separate topic on meeting minutes. Last meeting, you did not incorporate the entirety of my comments, even though I handed a typed copy to your staff. You did not include the handout either, and simply tried to downplay my comments into 4 simple sentences in the minutes. I demand that this board reject the previously approved May meeting minutes and correct this seemingly intentional watering down of my statements. This reinforces why I requested the board to make that video stream available to the public, since you are clearly not reporting what you're being told by the public and former inmates at this facility. Per Virginia Code 2.2-3707.2, you are required to post meeting minutes on your website. It appears that you either overlooked this requirement or you simply ignored it. Either way, you have been quietly operating above the law. I demand that you correct this immediately. 2 more points. In fact, I will seek legal action if necessary to compel you to publish minutes going back the last 4 years. As I've stated before, this board's actions to infringe on citizens' First Amendment rights by limiting public comment was a bad idea. But okay, we'll drag this out. I've got 60 more berries in my back pocket.